In this video, we're going to look at printing multiple sheets within a workbook. Now, each sheet will also have a custom header, a custom footer, and each sheet will fit within one page. Now, once again, we're going to print starting from the data sheet all the way over to the grades sheet. And we're going to use a special trick called grouping sheets together. Now, I call it a trick, but really what it does, what grouping in fact does, is that whenever you have sheets grouped together, whatever you do to one sheet is done to all the sheets. Once again, we're going to be using this term called grouping. And once again, what grouping means is that whatever you do to one sheet is done to all the sheets that are grouped together. So to start, we're basically going to group the sheets starting at data. So we're going to left click there. And then we're going to go all the way over to grades. How we get those sheets grouped together is by holding down the shift key and left clicking on grades. And what you notice is that all the sheets are whited out and they're also underlined. All of these sheets are now grouped together. And whatever we do to one sheet is done to all of the sheets. Now, for our example, what we're going to do is we're going to set them up for printing. And we're going to set up a custom header and a footer on one sheet. And we're also going to format the sheet so that it fits within one page. But by doing it to one sheet, it will get done to all 8 sheets because we're grouping them together. So everything is all grouped together. And after we've done that, we would probably want to ungroup the sheets. And how you ungroup the sheets is by hovering over one of the sheets, right-clicking, and then clicking on Ungroup the Sheets. So right now they're all ungrouped. To group the sheets once again, we need to left-click the beginning of the grouping. So I'm going to left-click on data. It's our first sheet. I'm going to come all the way over to the right, hold down the shift key, and left click on grades. And once again, all of our sheets are now grouped. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sheets. So when we're ready to print, we should have 8 pages. So we're going to begin by clicking on the Page Layout tab. Come up to Margins. Click here. And then click on Narrow. As you can see, there's this turning around. And what's happening is that command is being applied to all of the sheets. Come to Orientation. Right now it's set up as Portrait. We're going to change it to Landscape. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up here where it says Page Setup and left click on this little arrow here. We have our dialog box and we're going to click on Header and Footer. So we're going to set up our custom header. Once again, we're going to click over here on Header and Footer and then click on Custom Header. After clicking on Custom Header, we have to look at our header and footers. They're all composed or made up in the same way. There's always a left section, a center section, and also a right section. For that left section, we're going to put our pages in. We're going to insert page numbers. And how we want to do it is by using the icons over here. And you can kind of hover over them. And what we want to do in our left section is insert a page number. So click there. Come into the center of our header. And next we're going to insert the sheet name. Hover over our icons. It's this one right here. Click on it. And we've inserted our sheet name. On the right section, we're just going to print our name. Click OK. We can see our header is beginning to show here. And next we're going to work on our footer. We're going to click over here on Custom Footer. And what we want to do in the left section is insert the file name. So we've got the X for Excel. Insert file name. Left click on it. Click OK. So we have a header and a footer. We might want to look at Print Preview. So we're going to click on Print Preview. After looking at Print Preview, we can see right now we have 12 pages. We only have 8 sheets. And what our objective was to basically have each sheet fitting on the page, which would mean by right, and where we want to get to is to have an 8 over here. We want to have just 8 sheets. But there's page 1. What we can see on page 1, we got a page number, a sheet name, our name, and down here in the left corner is a file name. Click the next one, we can see page 2. So our pages are working. We have a new sheet name, and then also our name. Page 3 should be next. Let's click the Escape key to get back to our worksheet. Everything is still grouped. And in order to fit each sheet on one page, what we're going to do is, once we still have highlighted our page layout, we're going to take our width and change it from automatic to one page. Notice how it's twirling around. It's being applied to all 8 sheets because they're grouped. Our height or horizontal is automatic. We're going to change that also to one page. Twirling around, it's being applied to all 8 sheets. If we come over here and click on File, Print, we can see now that we're dealing with 8 pages. Everything is all fitting on 8 pages. Or in other words, each sheet, all the material on each sheet is being fit on that sheet, or fitted to that one sheet. So successful. If we wanted to, we could click on Print. But we're going to go back to our sheet. And that is the end of this video. Thank you.